What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Rage Classy Show. It's me, Jean Ray, your host, and I'm here tonight with two very special guests. I guess we'll go with the older generation, the respect your elders.
Yeah, might as well do him first. He might die.
We're running out of time, folks.
Thank you. Ken Senior here. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Ken, how you doing?
All right. I promise I won't have a heart attack now. Okay.
Oh, shit. Sorry about that, folks. And then our other special guest, Mr. Special Ed.
Your special guest. Welcome to Paradise.
That's his code name for those who weren't sure. So we're here tonight in the studio, the Rage Classy Studios, and we're going to talk a little bit about Rage Classy, and we're going to get into some different topics. So we're just doing like I'm sorry.
That's Sailor Jerry's right there. We don't have an official sponsor yet, but we're taking this very seriously starting today on this episode. We have somebody we would like to
Not much left.
ask to take a look at our episode. Sailor Jerry, we're calling you out.
You should show them the girl on the back of the label.
Oh, no, that girl's mine. She can... You want some, John?
I'm quite all right.
Take a swig. Oh, yeah, Sailor Jerry, if you're looking for somebody to sponsor, just look out or give a handout to, definitely give us a call. We will pick up our phones immediately. Thank you. We'll leave you the contact information below.
Yeah, you can call our toll-free 800 service number.
Never. All right, animals, listen up.
I saw a video of I don't know if it was the XL pipeline or the Dakota pipeline, but one of them, and it was like leaking a shit ton of oil out of the pipe into like a fucking pond in the middle of the forest in Dakota. And like people were like, the video was like, you won't see this on the news.
What do you think about flat Earth? Is it possible?
Is it possible?
Is the Earth flat?
Yeah.
By the time Trump's done with it, it will be.
Well, there you go, folks.
Really?
Well, there you go.
I'll tell you.
Yeah. Well, there are some people in this world that do think that the world is flat. Like, honest to God, there are people who really do think it's flat.
Really?
God have mercy on their souls.
If we're in year 2017, when year zero happened, was there somebody that was 30 years old that was like, why the fuck are we starting over? Like, was there a lot of... Do you think there was people like that?
Wait, say it one more time?
If 2017 years ago, when it was zero, right? When it was like before Christ, 4,000, whatever, like zero before Christ or one.
Yeah.
Were there people that were 30 years old saying like, why the fuck are we starting over? Like, do I have to agree?
Yeah,
and all
right.
the countries decided, hey, we're in year 2000, you're in year 2000. Like, when they're in year 1800 or 1800,
people have been...
I don't think they kept...
people have been trying to decide other people's religions for thousands of years. Like,
over that. So if we go to a different country, I don't know. When I went to different countries, they're still on the same date and year we're on.
Yeah.
So it's
no kidding. Really? Yeah.
Obviously. So when you're like, maybe when you were...
So what happened when they did Y2K? Was it the same time, or they just figured it out? Or what? Oh no, we did that like 6,000 years ago. Our Y2K, right?
Maybe that's true.
Yeah, when you think about it,
It's just something
I like looking at like history from before Christ, like history, but like anything that's like older than Christ is like pretty damn old. And people like to attribute, like all these things to like the time of Christ or after Christ, but a lot of crazy shit was happening in the world before Christ. Like
at one point, everybody agreed.
There was like in South America, there's this tribe called the Norte Chico, and they're like 2,000 or 3,000 years before Christ, and they had like established like societies with like community centers, and they lived in like hierarchy from like like the king and queens or whatever, like the royal peoples, down to like the builders and the architects, and then like the farmers and the poor people, and shit like that. And they had pyramids, like 2,000, I think it was like 2,000 years before the Mayans and the Aztecs, something like that. Like they've been doing that shit for a long time in South America. But I read this thing where they said that the Egyptians, they found like an Egyptian boat like in Australia. And apparently Egyptians were like the first people to ever go to Australia.
I just think it's crazy that somebody can show up to your campsite by the woods and be like, hey, we're in year 2017, pay your fucking taxes.
Yeah. People, yeah.
Like, you can't be like, okay, I'm going to live on this land and this water. And then they're like, okay, man, time to pay up. How long you been living here? Like, cracking down. You're in your 2000. No.
Let us show you how to live properly.
Yeah, let us show you how to live properly.
Yeah.
Like, when did that shit break down?
But like I read this thing. Like
I think it came in with plumbing, man. I don't know, man. It pretty sucked back then. What the? Yo, man, you gotta walk for your water, man.
Yeah.
What do you do? Oh, we sing. What do we sing?
You just like stuffing your food with salt, hoping it stays good for a few days.
Yeah.
Damn.
You go out to the barn. I mean, you mess with. I mean, they did nothing, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all right, they would have lots of slaves. Well, basically, what our kitchen appliances are now is basically a slave.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a dishwasher.
Slowly,
slave.
technology is replacing more and more jobs.
Yeah, you know, your clothes, dryer.
Like they have McDonald's.
Your vacuum cleaner, man.
They have McDonald's in.
You get 3 or 4 do that, man. Look at them now. Oh, laundry.
They got McDonald's in New York that like there's no people working in the McDonald's. It's all robotics and like voice active. You know, you order by voice and shit. In New York, they have McDonald's that have no people working inside of them. It's all automatic and voice activated.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Yeah,
all right, yeah.
Shit's wild.
So you can like mouth off to some robot, and they'll be real nice to you. Oh, they got them programmed to be in New York and say, "Fuck you, asshole! You get it yourself."
Yeah, right. They become aware. I don't have to take your shit, human.
Really?
Pop quiz. When was the first washing machine created?
Oh,
What
true.
year?
The first, I would say probably like the 30s or the 40s. Yeah.
Okay.
What, 18 something?
Nah, close though. Frenchie?
1925.
Nah, 1907. The first
1907.
electric.
Electric.
How crazy is that? 1907. If we're in year
That's 100 years
2017,
ago.
100 years ago.
100 years
110
ago.
years ago.
110 years ago.
Yeah,
thanks,
God
David.
knew. That's why I said only one wife, man.
Yo,
That's it.
It says 1937.
You guys are gonna get help.
But I was like looking at my washing
that's
machine.
the automatic washing machine. This is the first manual electric clothes washer.
True. What is it, like power steering? Where like
Automatic, domestic automatic.
Yeah, I was looking at my washing machine the other day, actually thinking about like how much it would suck if I had to hand wash and dry all my shit. Like how much more time it would take out of my day to where I couldn't do other things.
You got so much jerking off time. You don't yeah, French. That's why I'm Ukrainian whorehouses.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If I could ever travel
you're
anywhere.
bilingual. Do you like think in Spanish or do you dream
definitely pick it up Spanish with me.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Do you like when they call you Papi?
No,
Papi.
that's fucking weird.
Yeah, it is.
You know what's even weirder?
They call
Daddy.
me Papi, no. Daddy, yeah.
Little white girl, like little American, like rich white girls who like to call their boyfriends daddies. This is a weird time we live in.
Yeah.
It gets real weird at some point with the daddy thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like
do you guys see that billboard on
issues.
595 and just east of University there, and it shows you how many people got sexually abused.
Damn.
In the family. Man. Hundreds of thousands, man.
That shit's disgusting.
There was like they say there's like 800,000 kidnappings every year in the United States. We were looking at that earlier.
Yeah.
Most of them are 24-hour runaways.
Yeah.
A lot of them, but at the same time, it's still.
Did you ever run away? Did you ever when you were kids?
No, I think we would hang out too much. Like if I was in the neighborhood and these kids lived here, we would all hang out. And my parents would go look for me. They're like, "What the fuck? Where were you?" And I'm like, "We're hanging
You get in a fight with your family, and you're like, "You know what? Fuck you! I'm never coming back." And then really, you're just hanging out like 8 blocks down the street for like a day and a half. And you come back home like, "So, did you miss me?" Like,
my mom was very skeptical. The thing is,
bullshit.
Since we're out of the country, since we're originally from Venezuela, my family, when I wasn't home for an amount of hours, we were kids growing up in the 90s. They would suspect we were kidnapped. So they would go out with my dad would call.
I was so worried about you.
Not being home for 3 hours. This was
for 3 hours, yeah. No, my family wasn't that bad.
They say out of the 800,000, 90% of them are back within 24 hours.
Yeah.
It breaks down.
But 10% of 800,000 is still a lot of missing fucking children.
Yeah, how many is that? 80,000?
Is it? Yeah, right?
10%, yeah.
Do that math.
Doing all the kidnapping.
You want to hear what the conspiracy theory says? You want to hear what Alex Jones says? Like many high-level government and CIA officials are pedophiles, and they kidnap children out of the streets and out of their backyards, and they also run adoption homes and like troubled youth programs and stuff.
I think there's good and bad in everything. Yeah, man.
Yeah. No,
Like I don't even want to think about the possibilities of that type of shit.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, it says about 90% of the abductees return in 24 hours. But what's 10%?
Runaways, teenage runaways.
I'm really not very good at math, but what's 10% of 800,000? Is that 80,000?
80,000.
It is 80,000? Yeah. It sounds right.
10% is 800,000.
Huh?
Knock a zero.
It's 800?
800,000.
KG is like trying to say shit.
what,
It's
800?
800. You're probably fucking wrong. It's probably 8,000.
And 100% 8,000 is 800,000.
Yeah.
10% of 8,000. We're like Googling it. What are you doing?
800.
800,000, yeah.
80,000.
80,000. There you go,
What'd I
Jeremy.
say?
I said it sounded right. I just, I'm not...
Oh, if somebody said it was going to... I'll give you 10% of this 800,000. You're going to like...
You're going to figure it out real quick.
I ain't going to say 8.
No.
I'm going to say 80. And if I'm wrong, he's going to figure it out.
Let him show me
If
how...
it's
Let him
8,000.
show me how I'm wrong.
Yeah, really. But that's it. No, but, I tried to run away when I was a kid once. And...
It's tough.
Oh, man. Me and my brothers, 3 boys in my family. My old man, his motto was, just give him a boot in the ass, he'll straighten out, So we got a boot in the ass, one too many, man.
And back in the old days, I feel like there was a lot of
Yeah.
country in America that was like, just nice countryside where there wasn't really people. But nowadays, there's so much population, overpopulation, that if you go anywhere in the woods, more than likely there's probably some creepy people like somewhere nearby, because most of the land that's left in this country is either like owned by the government or like it has creepy ass people like who want to like kidnap and dismember you.
More people, so the percentage of creepy ass people going to go way up.
Yeah.
And then they're going to creepy ass more people, so then that percentage is going to go up.
Yeah,
so
they're
we're
gonna-
all fucked.
When's the last time you went to a Walmart?
Yes.
What do you think?
2 days ago.
What do you think is going to happen to the 80% of people that you see? Walk into that Walmart and see who's overweight. See who's
Walmart is for the freaks.
debilitated. Not for the freaks necessarily, but for the
You see a lot
misguided.
of
For me, a
crazy
lot of
people.
misguided, because those people buy, like when I go to Walmart, I go for like one thing and it's something very important. I don't go just to buy little things because I'd rather like not waste my money.
Yeah.
And when I go and I buy something like a 24 pack of beer, and I'm like, please, like I'm right next to this store and I got to do this line to see some lady buy a whole grocery of shit. Like, why do you do your whole groceries here? Like,
Yeah.
food goes bad from Walmart very fast.
Yeah.
I've had it happen.
Walmart food is not the highest quality.
No, it's never the
sorry,
highest
sorry,
quality.
Walmart, but just
Definitely. But what's going to happen to that percentage?
Yeah, well, they
of
got
people?
some organic chicken now.
They
and
got good
like
stuff.
That. It's doing some more.
it's
organic.
like probably the most generic organic farms
But
that you
it's
could
like-
possibly find. But
Yeah.
I feel like we should just have farmer markets across the whole damn country.
Yeah.
Ed over here, fucking
Sailor
drinking
Jerry.
like a fucking champion, like an Irishman. Irishman.
People want convenience. They want to just show up, get their same stuff, have it on the shelf.
When it's mass produced, it's like usually like it's very consistent too. Everything's like everything's cloned almost. Everything's exactly the same. It's quality control to make sure everything comes out exactly the same. Cookie cutter.
Yeah.
The factories. Fucking just mass producing. Yeah, you've ever seen the video or pictures of like the mass cow fields, like a cow field with cows that are like literally hundreds per square foot
Pull up the video.
that are just like literally as far as the eye can see. It's like the Matrix. It's like if the robots, we would be the robots and the cows would be the people who the robots are harvesting. That's what it looks
We
like.
would be the robots, and the cows
Are
would be...
the people that the robots are harvesting. Like the cows are basically just being bred and killed in like these huge giant fields that are like never ending.
No, just put drone over cow field, drone over a slaughterhouse, drone over slaughterhouse.
Cow fields.
No,
Type
no.
in mass cow fields.
No, it's crazy because I saw the documentary. It was very short, and it shows you from a infant cow's birth. If it's a male cow, they just meat it. They go, oh, veal, blah, and they let it grow, and then they sell it.
Yeah.
Oh no, the female cow they let grow, and they let milk its entire production life, which might be like 4 years, 5 years, it's nothing.
something like that.
And then they stuff it down its throat. They say, "Oh, connect this down its throat, connect this to its cyst, connect this to its ass, keep it charged." And then they just have it on this conveyor belt that like gives it 1 month at a time here, 1 month at a time there, 1 month at a time there, and then they say, "Okay, can't connect that cow." Blah, like they leave it there.
And just
its
to
entire
grow.
life, just to give milk. And then they say so much milk has so much bacteria, so much milk has so much.
It all has to be
bad bacteria.
pasteurized.
It has to be pasteurized
yeah,
and
of
passed
course.
through chlorine and then filtered and
And
then
all-
watered and then
all the meat in America that's produced like and packaged has to be washed in ammonia before it can be packaged and sold and like sent out to be sold.
Wow.
Because of how dirty the mass-produced fields are of like, or the factories where they just
bacteria that
animals are like
heartworms.
living in their own shit and like standing wall to wall and
I don't
like
have time to clean all that.
they're
shit.
they're basically living a life of torture and like
They can
it's basically torture.
They can barely clean all this shit in zoos. What do you think they do at slaughterhouses?
yeah,
oh,
right.
man, they stand
The
in it.
feces
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
blood.
It's actually so much of it, and it's polluting the whole areas, man.
Yeah, Same thing with
stuff, you know?
the pipelines,
Yeah.
the oil pipelines.
No, I saw.
But everybody's got to eat.
Yeah,
Oh,
grade A certified by the USDA.
that's why I eat organic.
Yeah. Or
yeah.
local. You know what's better than organic?
Local, yeah, like
Saying,
farmer
oh, fuck it,
market.
let me go to a farm real quick.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
That
Is
shit
that
comes
an
from
option?
that place. That shit, all those vegetables and all that shit from those farmer market. All of it comes from like local gardens and
Yeah, but
and
they
farms
still
and
use
stuff.
synthetic fertilizer, man.
I'm sure-
You gotta, you know.
I got shit growing in my yard that has no like synthetic fertilizer, like jackfruit and mango and shit.
Nice.
And it always tastes so much better when it grows out of your backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Always tastes so much sweeter.
Yeah, definitely. Fucking.
You got a star fruit?
No,
No?
his mom's house had it, didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
And dragon fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah.
They had the ghost peppers. That's why I told you we went through like a month or two where we were just sprinkling ghost pepper and like all over everything we cooked.
Touched his eye with it.
Yeah, when we first started messing around with them, I took a ghost pepper and KJ was like, "Oh, dude, it's like one of the hottest peppers in the world." And he's like, "You want to grill one? You want to like grill one and put it like a small slice like on your shit and like see what it's about?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So like I cut the pepper open and like I'm using my bare hands. And I cut the pepper open and like I scrape out the seeds and I put the ghost pepper onto the grill and close it. And I washed my hands off in the pool thinking that like the chlorine from the pool would wash most of whatever was on my hands off. And then like a dumbass, like not more than a minute later after I washed my hands in the pool, I wiped my face with my hand. And then immediately like my face started burning, like my lips swelled and like turned purple actually, like a purplish tint. And it went up into my nose and then I felt like I was having a nosebleed. And then it went into my eyes and I felt like my eyes were bleeding. And then like my lips started like cracking because they swelled up and like got so chapped so quickly. I was like taking beers out of the refrigerator and turning them room temperature within like a half a minute. At one point, I was actually laying on the floor with my face in the pool, just chilling with like my lips in the pool because like I just had to chill with my face in the water because that's how bad it burned. And then the ghost of the pepper haunted me for a couple of days afterwards. Like my lips were chapped, like my
I think memory's full.
Wow.
True.
That's
My asshole was on fire. Like it was terrible, man. For days, it was like torture. That's why they call it the ghost pepper, because the ghost of the pepper haunts you for days afterwards.
That's what happens, bro.
Shit was wild. I'll never do that shit again.
Yeah.
What do they say there?
Oh, man.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take our leave for the night. We're gonna call it a night.
Awesome episode.
Yeah, it was good being here with you. It was good talk. It was good having Ken, Senior,
Great being here, man. Yeah.
Special Ed, Jean-Ray Merton. Subscribe, like, and leave us some love in the comments. And stay classy.
Stay classy.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm kind of stoned now.
Look at this guy. Made a bunch of money making star
Pillows.
balloons.